Namaste, my friend. How are you all doing? It's a beautiful, most beautiful. I would rather say it is the beauty of the mind. What is the beauty of the mind? That mind experiences a sense of freedom, living in relationship, living in the world. When that freedom touches, you feel the sense of being carefree. And that is what we have been working on. And at last you have realized that there should be a mental freedom inside, but at the same time, we are living in all the relations, situations, we face the same situation, condition, relations as other feel. But there is always a sense of freedom. That is what you have written to me. I appreciate that. This is a journey you have really undertaken. There are more to come. So the first thing, it indicates the purity of the mind. Second, it indicates that whatever the situation, condition, relations outside, the mind is not dictated by it. In other words, the world outside is not dictating our life, our peace, our happiness. I see you, I see you, you are outside me. So the mind in the state of the purity, this is just a perception with a care, with a love and affection. But when the mind lives with the impurity, instantly you see anything, you experience any situation outside, that impure mind starts giving an interpretation, and that interpretation, if it is guided by the unconsciousness habit, then we get influenced, we are dictated by the outer situation, and we get into anxiety, duality, conflict. You have realized that. Live in that state. When all the time, in all the locations, in all the relations. Second point that you have written to me, and that also indicates a higher level of awareness. Not only we are not dictated by the world of relations, situations outside, but we don't have any aversion. We don't have any attachment or detachment. When the situation comes, we welcome, we face with the peace and calmness. That is the indication I have seen in your message. I love it. Why I love it? That is what the masters have been saying. That is what we have been learning. And that is what exactly is the meaning of dispassion. That is also the meaning of dispassion. Sometimes it takes time. Sometimes it happens for a few minutes in one session, and then the mind goes back to the same old habit. So what we need to do is to allow the mind to be inward moving mind. You know, the outward moving mind causes the likes and dislikes, attachment and detachment, joy and the sorrow. Ultimately, the ego takes over, and then we feel We are dictated by the circumstances, condition, people, and relationship. And many times that experience took place in your life. But that was momentary. But the way you have written, I feel and I believe that state will continue. So it means we are evolving, we are living in higher awareness. Thanks, God. Thanks to you. Thanks to your commitment. I appreciate your patience. You see, that is how the Master have taught us. Keep the patience, continue the journey, be regular, be committed to yourself. You can see the entire universe has two factors. One is I am, other is I am not. One is the real self, and other is the other self. Where is other self? You are sitting and listening to me. You are separate from the room, in the house, in the car. You're separate from the clothes that you have in your closet. You're also separate from the body, the mind, the intellect, ego. You are the real self, the pure consciousness. Are you getting it? Others consist of millions of things. Others consist of all our relations, son, parents, father, mother, sister, sibling, enemies, our food, body, mind, intellect, ego, the world outside the room, car, etc., etc. Are you clear? I'm trying to convey a very important message today. So now you understand what others consist of. You can say I am not, you can say the other self, you can say the material world, you can say the relations, they all belong to one category. And the other category is only you, yourself. Are you perceiving it? Yes. Now move to the second step. All the likes and dislikes belongs to the others. We don't have a luxury to like the self and dislike the self. You cannot say that. We love ourselves, that's what we are alive. There is only love, there is no likes and dislikes. From the others, we have an experience of the joy and the sorrow, pain and the pleasure, duality and a conflict. But that self does not have a conflict. If it has a conflict, you will not love yourself. We are searching that self. We are we are awakening to that real self which is made up of love. Even when you say I hate myself, you hate your mind. It has nothing to do with the real self. It has nothing to do with the body. Body belongs to the others. Why? The body is made up of the food and the food comes from the material world. So obviously it is others. Same thing with the mind. Mind is a subtle body, and body is what we normally say, we use the word gross mind. Or you can say body is the physical mind and the mind is the subtle body. I possess the mind and the body, hence it belongs to others. We cannot have a luxury to hate real self. You cannot hate. Even behind the hate, that I is present, and that I is beyond the hate and love, beyond the likes and dislikes. That is the state we have to reach. You can say that is known as the realization, etc., etc. No, you can name anything. Let us close your eyes. Awareness of the eyes are closed. Find out the most comfortable position of the body. You experience the comfort in the body. You are aware, listening to me. So we will contemplate and reflect based on the mantra to find that real self. Sarvesham swastir bhavatu. Sarvesham swastir bhavatu. Sarvesham swastir bhavatu. Meaning, may there be happiness for all. Let's just take that meaning. So now you see, through the contemplation and reflection, you are finding yourself. So we just understood, may there be happiness for all. That is only the meaning of this line. So happiness for all means there is one common factor, happiness. We all are searching happiness. Why? Because happiness is our essential nature. What is essential nature cannot be undone. Water is a liquid. You cannot undo the nature of that liquid. And it is cool. Fire is hot. You cannot say that the fire is ice cool. It is intrinsic nature that cannot be undone. So our nature is happiness, essential nature, and what is our essential nature is what we are made up of. What it means? I am happiness. This is what it means. Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu. Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu. Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu. Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu. May there be peace for all. There is another way of contemplation and reflection. Every living species on the earth is looking, searching, wants to live in peace. Why? Because peace is the essential nature. Where is the meaning of the essential nature? It is intrinsic, it cannot be undone. I told you, the example of the fire cannot be made cold. It is the intrinsic nature of the fire to be hot, intrinsic nature of the water to be cool, intrinsic nature of the space to be empty. Oh, so I am made up of peace? Answer is yes. That is the journey we have undertaken. Recognize I am the peace. Or you may say I am the peace. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. Let there be completeness in all. May there be completeness or wholeness in all. Wholeness means whole. Where is whole? It cannot be broken into parts. So that real self cannot be broken into part. It cannot be the part, product, and property of anything. It is whole. Because it is whole, that is why it is made up of the peace and happiness. No, but I don't feel the sense of completeness in me. Yes, that's a normal experience. It opposes the mantra. It is the mind and the body, the intellect and the ego feels the sense of incompleteness. That is why it is always expecting peace and happiness from outside. It veils the real self. Like you have a blackout curtain, it veils the light of the sun to enter into your room. It doesn't mean the sun is not there. The wholeness is not there, you cannot say, because it is veiled by the mind. And then you have taken a one major step in your journey. You realized in a state of dispassion. That is what is the greatest thing. Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. May there be auspiciousness for all. Because the mind has created a veil, that means the ignorance. Ignorance causes the impurities, and this mind is full of millions of the thoughts opposing each other, causing the likes and dislikes, affected by the situation, condition. In that state, how can we recognize the existence is always auspicious? So, can we experience that auspiciousness, that blessing of the existence? Answer is yes. How come? We both woke up in the morning, we are alive. Is being alive not an auspiciousness or blessing from the existence? Just see. I'm able to breathe, I'm able to walk, I'm able to recognize the world that I have left before the sleep. Is it not a blessing? Is it not a blessing that I live in the state of a dispassion, not affected by the outer events, circumstances, and relations? My friend, we have to recognize that. Not only now in the practice, but all the time, in all the locations, in all the relations, in every situation, in all the events that is going to come and we have to face, that will help us to move to the next level. Being comfortable. So look at the neck joint, be there, feel the sensation, comfort and steadiness. Look inside the neck joint. So what happens? Suddenly we experience a sense of emptiness or blankness. That is how the mind projects. It's okay. Feel that sense. Feel that. Experience that. Be aware of that. Why? We are moving the mind within. We want to know if the mind can have an inward moving nature. Move the mind on the shoulder joints, be there. Feel sensation, comfort, and steadiness. Looking inside, you find the space, awareness of the space. Awareness of the entire body from the top of the head to the toes. We feel the sensation, comfort and steadiness. Look inside the body, and the mind suddenly experiences it may be emptiness, it may be blankness, it may be simply the space you are aware of it. So we may experience as if the mind is looking inside, but the challenge is that a lot of unwanted, unwelcome thought enters into the mind. No issue. When it is no issue, you are not controlling the thoughts, you are not forcing the thoughts to leave, you are not inviting any thought. So you are just observing, you are watching. It's a cognitive ability. So, two things. One is the thoughts are coming and going, and the second point of awareness is that you are watching these thoughts are coming and going. How? Like a guard on a gated community. He is watchful, an observer who watches the car going inside and outside. Same way the thoughts are going outside and inside. Why am I saying so? First thing, that you will be separate from the unwanted, unwelcome thoughts that are coming and going. The way the guard is a witness, he is not attached to any car or the people going and coming, but he is watchful. How it happens, and that is why I explained the lane number one of the mind. If you take the mind as a highway, having three lanes, first lane, thoughts are coming and going. Second lane is the observer. So, what happens if you keep observing these thoughts, feelings, sensations where coming and going? Your mind jumps into the lane three. What is lane three? Calmness. Really? Yes. The guard is not stressed, he's just watching in the state of the calmness. This step we need to do the whole day. The moment you wake up in the morning until you retire to the bed, you are watchful. The way these thoughts are coming and going, the same way. Every day we have hundreds of events, situations, relations, thoughts pertaining to these relations, they come and go. When they come and go, we need not to get attached to them the way the guard is not attached. The way the guard is not attached. We're just watching. We will also do one step before we go deeper. That is simple, you have been doing it. We check if the body is settled. How come we know? The mind does not trigger any the mind does not trigger the body. So how it is known? It can be known by an experience of sensation relaxation and stillness. We are looking at the head and the neck. You are aware of the skin of the head and the neck. You are experiencing sensation, relaxation, and stillness in the head and the neck. You are aware of the right arm from the shoulder to the fingertips. You are moving the mind on the skin of the right arm from the shoulder to the fingertips. You are experiencing sensation, relaxation, and stillness in the right arm. There may be a variety of sensations, let it be. You are aware of the left arm. Move the mind on the skin of the left arm from the shoulder to the fingertips. You are experiencing sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Why I stress on this step? Because if you experience the stillness in the body, it prevents the mind to go out, and that is what we need. So we are doing it in a very gentle way. Mind is now aware of the middle portion of the body, leaving the extremities. Means mind is aware of the shoulder from the shoulder to the waist, in the front and the back. Mind is aware of the skin of the middle portion of the body. You are experiencing sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Awareness of the right leg from the right side of the waist to the toes. Awareness of the skin of the right leg. Experience sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Aware of the left leg. Mind is moving on the skin of the left leg. Experiencing sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Awareness of the entire body, from the top of the head to the toes. awareness of the skin of the entire body, front, back, right side, left side. Experiencing sensation, relaxation, and stillness. In that state of sensation, relaxation, and stillness, mind is naturally inward moving. We need not to make an effort. We find that the mind as if it is living within. Look inside the forehead. Become aware of the space inside the forehead. There is an infinite space. You drop the mantra Om Shanti. Om. You wait for a few seconds, become aware of the space or interval, then say Shanti. Again, there is an interval. Om. Interval. Shanti. Some people find it easy to do this. You pick a point in the space inside the forehead. Any point. Imaginative point. You are aware of the space. In that space, mentally, you pick a point, and every time you are looking there, Om. Then there is a space interval. Again, you look at the point, Shanti. Again, there is a pause interval. Interval, looking at the point Shanti. Om is the real self. So as you drop Om, find yourself, you are in the infinite space. Infinity, the space stretches to the infinity where you have picked up the point to drop. So then again you become aware of the infinite space. You go back and you pick a point, the same point. Shanti. Shanti, when we say Shanti or a kind of happiness, we say it is also made up of the good space. What is good space? It is an emptiness. What is emptiness? It is an objectless state of the mind. Oh, that is why we are dropping Om Shanti, yes. Every time we say Om Shanti, we come closer to our real nature. Anyhow, this is just a practice. Continue. other people find it easy. So you find out your own method. You're looking into the space, you pick a point, then you mentally drop so while you are dropping the to a point, that point becomes the infinite space because that point is present in the space. Then there is an interval. You again look at the point. The moment you say Shanti, that point becomes the infinite space. So behind your Om Shanti, there is a non-verbal awareness of the infinity is there. Continue. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Do nothing and experience where you are. Sometimes we feel as if the body has dissolved and you are into the infinite space. Mind goes very deep, if I say so. So here, sometimes the mind wants to reject. Because the mind should not reject, we will use an active step. What is that active step? Simple. As you inhale, interval Shanti. So as you are saying Om Shanti, you make your breath a little longer, not very long, so that it aligns with your saying Shanti, Om Shanti. Same thing, you make your exhalation little longer, Om Shanti. So you see that we are gently asking the mind to go deeper. Is this the way? Yeah, this is one of the many ways we are doing it. So your breath has changed a bit so that you can align Om Shanti during the inhalation, Om Shanti during the exhalation. And now make your breath a little longer and drop to Om Shanti during inhalation and to Om Shanti during exhalation. In the beginning, mind may say that I feel discomfort, but it's okay, align that. That very alignment will raise your awareness. You started inhaling and you are saying mentally, Om Shanti, Om Shanti. That completes inhalation. During exhalation, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, like this, in the state of sensation, relaxation, and stillness. So this step will prevent the mind to go out and trigger any reaction to the body. Normally what happens is that the mind tends to move outside and then it triggers some reaction to the body. The mind then experiences the discomfort, and in that state of discomfort, the rhythm is broken. 2 Om Shanti during inhalation, 2 Om Shanti during exhalation, please. We will also now stretch the limit of the mind. You breathe little longer and drop 3 times Om Shanti during inhalation mentally, and 3 times Om Shanti during exhalation. One breath. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. So your breath a little longer so that you can say 3 times Om Shanti during inhalation and exhalation. Three times Om Shanti mentally with an interval, with a little longer deep silent and slow breath in the state of sensation, relaxation, and stillness in the body. Is a perfect state. Now the mind will enjoy the freedom. Now drop to the 2 Om Shanti during inhalation and 2 Om Shanti during the exhalation. Because it has already done 3 times. Now you are doing 2 times. So the mind merges every time with Om Shanti into the breath. Now only one Om Shanti. So your breath is only little longer. Om Shanti. You align the breath and its lengthened according to the Om Shanti once during inhalation and one Om Shanti during the exhalation. We may experience more freedom. We are using the mind to merge the mind. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. And now do nothing, remain as you are. You may experience the state of total self absorption, as if you are away too far from the world. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. It is good, always good to remain in that state as long as it is possible. So always give minimum half an hour after the meditation. Even if you return from it, do nothing. Just remain aware. Be watchful, be an observer, so that we know how far the mind is settled in the knowledge. Bring your mind on the right hand, your mind on the left hand. Lift your both the palms, place it on your eyes. Open the eyes inside. Know your experiences. Bring the hands down. And you are just watchful, only an observer. Continue to stay in that state and see what happens. Namaste.